how would you summarize these past handful of weeks?
I think it went pretty smooth. A lot of energy out there. Everybody's focused, locked in. I just feel like we a whole different team than we were this time last year.
In what ways? In what ways does that stand out?
You just could feel like a different level of maturity, different level of like seriousness. Last year, new coaching staff. Nobody really expecting much. I think this year we going out there, really trying to win, and we really believe we can win.
You see any similarities between this team and the 2022 Eagles that you were part of?
Similarities?
Yeah.
I don't even really like comparing that because it's two totally different teams. But yeah, I mean we had good players on the Eagles. We got good players this year with the Cardinals. But it's a different team.
What does it feel like for those of us fortunate enough not to have suffered a torn bicep? What does that feel like?
What'd you say?
What does it feel like to suffer a ruptured bicep?
Oh, what did it feel like?
I mean,
man, it kind of just felt like a real bad cramp that like wouldn't go away. It felt weird, you know what I mean? I didn't think I tore my bicep when I was out there. I thought it was just like a bad cramp or something.
Did it tear from the elbow or from the shoulder?
Nah, from like the elbow. Yeah.
So you're a pop.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but it just felt like a real aggressive cramp. Like that's what it felt like to me. Yeah, if I could explain it, that's what it felt like.
Is that when you played 5 or 6 plays after?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna go away. Yeah, the feeling. Yeah, for sure.
Are you lucky that nothing made it worse?
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
How tough is the rehab from that? Do you have surgery?
Yeah, I had surgery on it. Yeah.
How tough is that rehab?
It's just more like mentally just coming in every day. It gets repetitive, but when you want something, it ain't too tough. So, just been trying to come in here, keep getting better each and every day.
You hadn't missed a single snap up until you suffered that. Did that make it kind of mentally worse for you, knowing like how?
Yeah, it did make it hard because I knew I didn't miss a snap up to that point. I was talking about it with some of my family members like a few days before. I feel like I jinxed myself a little bit.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What did you tell them?
Nah, I was just telling them I was excited, like I ain't missed no snaps, and because I had got it sent to me from one of my boys who, he's not an agent yet, but he's like in the field in the works, and like he'll send me like a lot of different statistics, and he sent me that, and I was sharing it with some of my family because I was excited about it, and then that Sunday tore my bicep. So
You mentioned the process of rehabbing and healing and doing the mundane things. On weeks like this, when it's really just a matter of the fundamentals and there's not much football you could do, how can you make the mundane things still more interesting and engaging and something that you don't get bored of?
I ain't gonna get bored because I know it's going into year 7, and it's like you can't take this for granted because then within the blink of an eye, this could be gone. So especially with just getting hurt, I ain't taking nothing. So I'm not what's the word I'm looking for? I'm never gonna get complacent. Yeah, and take this for granted. I'm gonna just come in and keep working every day, even if it's boring. Like I'm gonna just keep doing the same thing over and over.
From your perspective, what are the biggest differences with the defensive line this year, and how does that affect the abilities?
we real big up front. We got a lot of good pieces. One guy in particular, my dog Justin Jones, we got drafted together to the Chargers same year, and we played 4 years together, so that's my dog. I know what I'm getting out of him. He's a great player. Other guys, but loud. We got a couple different pieces up front that I'm real excited about. They just going to make my job easier.
Jay, what about the whole defense and what, like the guys that you kind of added, Mac next to you?
Yeah.
It kind of seems to all fit that physical personality.
Yeah, for sure. Mac definitely a physical guy. Don't forget Chris Barnes either. He's a great player. Owen, he's coming into his own. I think the whole linebacker room as a whole, we got some good guys in there.
How would you describe the challenge of trying to create this culture here in the last year, 15 months?
I think it's easy when you got a head man like JG. He come in with energy every day. He let us know, what he expects, and you either gonna follow or you're gonna be out the building. So I think it's pretty easy.
Based on that culture, the fact that this team had almost perfect attendance when everything was voluntary, you ever been on a team where everyone shows up like that?
2022 Eagles. Yeah, yeah. So it's a good sign for sure.
What did it mean to you to lead this team in tackles with 90, and you missed the last 6 games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really try to get, caught up in the individual statistics. It's definitely a great stat to have, but I just want to win, man.
Kyzir, is the story about Anthony Lynn calling you the starter, making you the starter, like just hours before that first game, was that true, all that stuff?
What happened?
There was a story about you as a rookie where Anthony Lynn, you were going to be the backup, and then he decided right before kickoff, the story goes that you were going to be the
I don't know
starter.
if it was right before kickoff or not, but it's something similar to that, yeah. That's my guy, though. I like Anthony Lynn. He a great coach, great player. I mean, he a great former player, and, hopefully one day he could be another head coach.
How long did it take you to where you were really feeling 100% after the rehab?
I'm still working through some things, but I feel like we had a game tomorrow. I'll be able to, play.
Whether it's Mac or Chris or whoever's out there with you at the inside linebacker spot, do you feel like you guys can be one of the top duos in the league?
Yeah, I feel like they sleeping on us. Mac sent me something like 2 weeks ago. I guess they put out top linebackers duos or whatever, and we was nowhere to be found. So we in there working out, running, or retired or something. That's definitely in our head. Like we ain't trying to prove nobody wrong, ourselves right, but that's a little disrespectful because. I ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, I'm just yeah, I ain't gonna say too much.
You were kind of one of those guys that everybody was looking at, kind of being familiar with JG and how he runs things, and you really set the tone with that hit in that first game against Washington. Well, having said all that, what was it like for you to have to, sit out and not play those last games and watch your guys battle without you?
Oh yeah, man, it was tough, but I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason. So I just try to keep my faith and keep working and. Hopefully this year I could play every snap in every game.
Why did you make it a point to show up to every meeting and be around constantly instead of doing your thing on your own time?
Because, man, I just really love football. This, my safe haven. It's really my sanctuary. This where I enjoy, myself the most. So, it's good to still be around the guys even though I was out. Hopefully, bring a light into the room, still laugh with them, joke with them, keep my spirits up. So that was real important to me.
Stay part of the team.
Yeah, for sure.
Is the rehab ongoing then?
Oh yeah, I'll be doing this even when I got cleared, but I'ma still be doing this all year. Just make sure I'm all the way right.
Is what they told you need to do, or
a little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of both.
Some of the rookies have come in here and they've talked to us about their welcome to the NFL moments. What was yours? Do you recall it?
Welcome to the NFL moment. Like game-wise or something like that?
Was there a moment where you're like, okay, I'm in it now. This is the NFL.
Oh, that's tough. I got to think about that. Yeah, that's tough. That's kind of tough. I got to think about that one. I'll get back to you on that.
JG had mentioned that there's 30 players that haven't played their 18th game in this league. A lot of youth on this roster. Do you take it upon yourself to kind of be the vet in that room? And is it crazy to think that you're 7 years in now?
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I still be feeling like a rookie sometimes, but the time it just flies. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely help those guys out wherever they need me for sure.
Kyzir, with training camp right around the corner, you were talking about JG earlier. What did you make of that speech he gave day one last year when he was talking about?
Oh, that was going viral. When I was listening to it, it didn't really I didn't make a big deal of it, but as it was going around on Twitter, people were sending it to me like, "What's up with your coat?" I'm like, "Man, just chill, man." But yeah, it was funny though. It was funny.
But did you get to know he really means that stuff?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Everything he say, he mean.
How do you think overall just about the leadership in the locker room? And it seems like a team that has a lot of good leaders, but a lot of them are young leaders.
Yeah, I feel like we got great leaders and. People think a leader, you got to just be a talker. A lot of people talk and don't do nothing. So, I feel like we got a lot of guys that lead by example and, other guys see that and just follow along. I hate being around people that just talk and they go out there and don't do nothing on the field. So, I never want to be one of those guys.
I noticed from Nick, you were with him in Philly, he was your position coach, and now, going into year 2 as DC. Any big changes from Nick? You see any development?
Nick, he the same guy he was in Philly. He like a wizard, man. He's so smart. Everything that's going on. To see him in this role is definitely cool to see. And, he's just going to keep expanding that defensive playbook. And, he a real mastermind, man. So it's going to be exciting.
What are you guys' expectations?
To win every game possible, get into the playoffs and, take it from there. It's definitely not a building year. We don't feel like that.
You mentioned the tone that JG sets. And what's the biggest thing? I mean, it's been said that he really listens to the players.
What'd you say?
That the tone that JG sets, but it's been also said that he listens to
Oh
the
yeah,
players.
he'll definitely you know, take our input and stuff like that. It's not just like a one-way street with him, you know. So that's what we definitely respect about him.
What do you make of this 5-bucket thing that he talks about?
It's great because, like I said, we know what they expect. He knows what he wants from us, and you either gonna meet the criteria or you're gonna be out this building. So, yeah.
Did you learn anything about yourself last year being out because you've always played? You probably saw it.
Yeah, I feel like you know, I feel like I'm a real resilient guy, man. Not just last year, but I've been through a lot throughout my NFL career. You know, first season, my rookie year, I was starting as a rookie, never played linebacker in my life. Me and Derwin James was leading the team in tackles. I had a pick in my first 3 games. You know, I was balling out. Then I got hurt with my knee. Was out the whole year. Then the second year, I was kind of like just coming in on base down. Feel like I should have been playing. We got Thomas Davis, and you know, an older guy. They not gonna send him on the bench. Respectfully so. You know, he might be in the Hall of Fame one day. So yeah, man, I just, you know, I'm gonna keep rolling with the punches and, you know, just control what I can.
Part of the culture here is it's talked about playing with violence. How do you kind of walk the line between being the light and then throwing on the helmet, throwing the switch, and playing with violence?
What are you saying between like practicing games?
Yeah.
I think it's just like a mentality. Like either you got it or you don't. You know what I mean? You could definitely, you know, practice it, I guess, but I just feel like it's in your mind. If you want to go out there and be violent, I feel like you could just turn it on and off. You know, practice. Obviously, you can't be. You could be violent, but you got to, you know, play smart. That's your teammates. You don't want to hurt nobody, but you definitely got to flip that switch when, you know, you're going against the opposing team for sure.
Who's a bigger number, you or Mac Wilson?
Wait and see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you feel the need to set the tone at all last year just to kind of get the culture to where
I didn't go. I never went out there like, let me set the tone. I'm gonna just be myself, and I think I'm a tone setter, you know, as is. So yeah, I was just doing me, to be honest.
What is the message since the team's broken away before training camp, just, you know, flat mini camp?
The message was pretty much, don't look at this as, you know, time off and a break. You know, still work, you know, still keep that goal in your mind that we focused on, and come back, you know, ready to go in training camp. You know, we should be coming back out of shape and gotta, you know, slowly ramp up. And I mean, I think that's like an NFL protocol where you gotta do that, but yeah, we should be coming back, you know, firing on all cylinders. So that was pretty much the message for everybody.
Are you getting out of here at all for a little trip?
I'm gonna be here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be here. Most I might do is just go to Cali for like a little weekend, but throughout the week I'll be here for sure.
Is it an honor to wear the green dot, and that's something you expect?
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely activate a different mode in you when you calling the plays and the defense and stuff like that. So definitely like doing that.
You obviously know what a winning team looks like. You know, you won a lot of games in Philly. What are some of the qualities that this group seems to have that you know leads to winning?
As a team in Philly, like I said, we got good leaders, good players. I feel like we got underdogs on this team, same way I feel like we had underdogs in Philly that, you know, want to prove, you know, themselves. So I just feel like when you got, you know, that makeup of a team, you know, the sky's the limit.
When you have that green dot, Kyzir, is Nick calling a lot of different things? Is he saying a lot of
Yeah, he's
stuff?
saying a lot of different things. Yeah, so sometimes I gotta tell him, you know, ask him what he said, but yeah, he called a lot. He called a lot. Yeah.
So it's not just one defensive
Nah, yeah, don't. Yeah, nah.
How does practicing against Kyler help the defense? How much have you seen him grow in your time here?
Oh yeah, it's great. You know, he's a prolific quarterback. You know what I mean? He a little smaller, so you know it's kind of hard to, you know, read his eyes and stuff like that. You know, he'll look you off. He can beat you with his feet and his arms. So it's great to go against a quarterback like that. I feel like him and Mahomes are like real similar, but they could beat you with their arm and their, you know, feet. But I feel like he's a great quarterback. He's gonna do a lot of great things and prove a lot of people wrong.
Have anybody or offensively that's come in this year stand out to you so far?
Offensively? Oh yeah, Marvin Harrison. Yeah, he real just like, you know, he approached it like he a vet already. He definitely didn't come in seeming like a rookie. You know, he fast, strong, you know, big guy. And he just all business. He don't really say too much. He just all about his work. So, yeah, he definitely impressed me.
Did you sense a different vibe?
Have you seen him make some amazing catches already?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I definitely did, for sure.
What have you seen from that side of the football? It seems like opposing defenses are going to have to pick their poison. You got Trey, Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I think Trey is, you know, a rising tight end. I think he's going to be in that top 3 conversation real soon. You got James Conner, who, you know, he a workhorse. Michael Wilson had a great rookie year. Just for, like, you know, O-line. Like, they're putting all the pieces together, and I think it's going to be a show to watch.
Could you sense a different vibe around the whole team with Kyler out there this year as opposed to last year when he couldn't even get on the field?
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, Kyler, he's been winning his whole career. I played against him in college, so, you know, I definitely know what he could do. But, yeah, it's definitely a different energy having him, knowing you're going to have him out there with you, for sure.
How much did the 2 wins on the road, Pittsburgh and Philly, kind of take the culture forward, seeing the victory and kind of tangible results last year?
Yeah, that was big, you know, because obviously, you know, people were going into them games, especially Philly, like maybe thinking we're going to get blown out and stuff just to see us, you know, show that grit, you know, and just keep battling, and come out with the wins in both of those games. That was definitely a great feeling, for sure.